In this installment, we're going to be going over the NBA playoff bet slate for Tuesday, April 23rd. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for our Tuesday, April 23rd NBA playoff bet slate we got going on. But before I deep dive into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetShetsD. Don't forget about that TikTok at Chef_D91. And don't forget about that Patreon. Right now, we're at the homepage of the YouTube channel, currently at 4.4 thousand subscribers. Our goal is 10K, and we are pushing forward. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Thank you for all the comments that you're bringing in. We're really creating a whole environment over here. This is our spot, all right? This is where we go over all our plays. We're trying to get to the bag, all of us equally, all right? It's all about everyone, and I'm just trying to give out information to the best of my knowledge so all of us can have an opportunity to win, all right? Just straight up, point blank, all right? Guys, if you're already subscribed, continue to like and comment. That can help reach out to that YouTube algorithm so I can get more people. We have to get more people into this community. If you're not subscribed, I don't know why you're not. You're missing out on a great opportunity. Subscribe right now. And if you guys want premium content, you sign up for that Patreon. If you want the NBA futures, if you want the NFL draft picks, that's going to be coming up as well. That will be provided in the link down below. First game up for Tuesday, we have the Phoenix Suns here, 49-33, going against the Minnesota Timberwolves, 56-26. This is the 3 versus 6 matchup here. Looking at the current odds, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves as home favorites, -150, with the comeback of the Phoenix Suns at a +125. The current point spread is at a 2.5, and the current total is at 212.5. For the public bet percentage, 81% of the bets, 68% of the money towards the Minnesota Timberwolves. For the point spread, 74% of the bets towards Minnesota and 71% of the money towards Minnesota. But this line continues to hold at 2.5. You expect that this number would push up. We'll wait and see. For the total, currently 86% of the bets, 78% of the money towards the over 212.5. All right. So for the injury report here, we got injuries now. This is game 2. We're getting more aggressive environment here from game 1 and from these two teams that are definitely went from the regular season, came into the postseason here, and you see things building up. You saw Anthony Edwards have finally a show-out game that he's been marking this on the calendar here that he was going to show up, and he finally did, because the Phoenix Suns had pretty much tempered Anthony Edwards and his performances in those previous games in the regular season. All right, so for the Phoenix Suns, Grayson Allen is going to be currently questionable. We're going to wait on news for him. That's a big factor there. He's one of the pretty much the number 1 3-point shooter at over 42% from the field. And then Kyle Anderson, one of their main cogs off the bench. Slow-mo, he is currently questionable with a hip pointer. All right, so the key factor in that first game where Minnesota showed their muscle there, that was a 15-point win. They're much needed because Phoenix Suns dominated them. The problem here was the 3-point shooting wasn't consistent from the Phoenix Suns. That's number 1. And the rebounding discrepancy was alarming. All right. I think the Phoenix Suns can definitely rebound better than what they did. They were out rebounded by about 24 rebounds. It was really embarrassing to see that. They weren't aggressive enough. All right. They didn't have that full playoff mode. All right. Everything was lackadaisical. They didn't close out on shots as well. So I expect, looking at this line, that the Phoenix Suns should bounce back. You see Minnesota blow them out, but then they give you a line that's pretty much the same. So that this is kind of telling you something here. I expect the Phoenix Suns to bounce back in game 2, play a little bit harder than that. Give me the points at a +2.5. That's going to be a semi tier 2 type of bet. My number one favorite play is going to be the over 212.5. Both of these teams can definitely put up points in bunches. If I'm complaining about the Phoenix Suns 3-point shots not falling and that gets going, then this over-under is going to definitely surpass 212.5. So our play is going to be the plus 2.5 for the Phoenix Suns and the over 212.5. Next matchup, we have the Indiana Pacers 47-35. Going up against the Milwaukee Bucks 49-33. Looking at the current odds here in this 3-6 matchup, Bucks are home favorites right now slightly. This is a pick'em game. Minus 120 on the money line for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Indianapolis, I said it, Indiana Pacers are plus 100 on the other side, all right? So point spread at a 1.5. Like I said, this is a pick'em. And the 222.5 here is the current total. All right, that did not reach in game number 2 at all. All right, so public bet here, 90% of the bets, 94% of the money, all over the Milwaukee Bucks here. Point spread, 79% of the bets, 81% of the money, all over Milwaukee yet again. And for the total, 222.5, 69% of the bets and 61% of the money towards the over 222.5. All right, for the Indiana Pacers, the injury report, clean slate here. They just were embarrassed pretty much in that game on Sunday. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they are waiting on news for Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm going to say he's questionable, but he probably won't play until probably around game 3 or game 4. All right, that's when you could expect Giannis Antetokounmpo to be back somewhere towards the back end of this series where he might give it a go. All right, so definitely stay tuned to news for that. That's why I provide that link down below for RotoWire so you can stay up to date with all the injury news. All right, so in game number 1 here, this was the absolute Dame Lillard show, which I had him as my thumbnail. I was very, very aggressive on the Bucks play right there because they just automatically assumed that the Pacers were going to win this series, and all the money was on Indiana. So they pulled the switcheroo on you guys. Into it. And Damian Lillard showed his old form where he really went off, took it to a whole nother level, scored 35 points in that first half. Very, very impressive showing here. Some of the other things, other than Damian Lillard, that was pretty much it. All right, kind of. So the issue with the Pacers here was the poor three-point shooting and the bad free throw shots. All right, there was 66% from the free throw line, and they were 21% from the three-point line. That was absolutely horrible. 8 for 38. And if we're looking at this team here in the Indiana Pacers, they are a top 10 three-point shooting team. They shoot the threes better than the Bucks. All right, at 37.4. So that's definitely going to be a turnaround. I expect them to play a little bit harder in this particular environment here. And definitely have their focus on Dame Lillard, all right? They're going to, like what you saw in that second half, the Pacers outscored them in the second half, played way better basketball. That's what I'm expecting out of the Pacers, to double team Dame Lillard, force the ball out of his hand, and hey, it is what it is. Get beat by Bobby Portis or Chris Middleton, and then you can have an opportunity to survive and let Pascal Siakam eat and let Tyrese Halliburton create and definitely get your points that way. So for this particular game, because it's very, very tight here, I'm going to lean with the Indiana Pacers money line. I think Pacers can tie this series up here. I think there's going to be a back and forth environment, game 7 type of feel between the Pacers and the Bucks. These are division rivals. That's why I expect this to go long. I expect this to go all the way to game 7 here. So give me the Pacers on the money line. And for the over-under, we're going to take the under 222.5 yet again, okay? So they put the total very near. It went under. I expected it to go under yet again. I expect a little bit less of an effort from Damian Lillard there, where he just had one half, and that was pretty much it. So Pacers, money line, and under 222.5. Last but not least, for the Tuesday slate here, we have the Dallas Mavericks 50-32 going up against the LA Clippers 51-31 in the 4-5 matchup here. We have yet again the Clippers as underdogs at home. All right, plus 110 on the money line with the comeback of Dallas Mavericks at a minus 135. Point spread at a 2.5. both sides, in the total at 217.5. All right, public bet percentage, 53% of the bets on Dallas, but 57% of the money on the Clippers. For the point spread here, 69% of the bets towards the Clippers, 70% of the money towards the Clippers to cover. For the total, 74% of the bets towards the over and 71% of the money towards the over here. For the injury report here, Dallas Mavericks, clean bill of health. We're waiting on news for Kawhi Leonard. As of right now, he is questionable for this game. The way that Paul George was talking about it, it's probably going to be for a little bit longer, all right? But definitely check daily if there is any type of update on Kawhi Leonard and his knee, all right? So the story that was in game one, all right, because this is a very similar line. This is literally exactly the same line here with Dallas as road favorites here. And as you can see, the Clippers won by 12 points. There were two issues. Tyronn Lue is a very smart coach, all right? Tyronn Lue was smart because he just attacked the weakness. They allowed Ivica Zubac to dominate down low and force Daniel Gafford into foul trouble and to be benched, essentially. So they were able to force the Dallas Mavericks to go small, which continued the dominance of Ivica Zubac. And from there, that just opened up everything else for James Harden, for Paul George, and for Russell Westbrook to slash, all right? So once they got that established and they tried to come up with a better idea defensively to stop him, it was already too late, all right? The only benefit that the Mavericks did, that they outplayed the LA Clippers, that made this game close, was if you look at the fast break points, 18-5. So if the Clippers just clean up the fast break defense, they're in a very good position to win this game two yet again at home, which is going to be a key factor here. We already have the Clippers here that are a top 10 team shooting the three-point ball. They were phenomenal, 50% three-point shooting. You can say that won't happen again, but technically this Clippers team is very, very dangerous from that three-point line. If we're looking at for the entire season, they're top 6 in the league. So almost 40% from the three-point line. So this is slightly over, but hey, they're going to be shooting those threes and knocking them down at a very high clip. On the other end, Dallas, very middling from that three-point line. They're going to need to figure out how to stop Ivica Zubac, because that's what Tyronn Lue's going to keep going to. Work on the inside, pop it out to the outside, get your wide open three. All right. So for this particular game, I think people, I guess, don't want to learn their lesson because they're even 50-50 on this one. I'm going to go back to the well. You have a home dog yet again in the Clipper team, the higher seed. Yes, I get it, no Kawhi Leonard, but they are talented enough to get this game, to get this win yet again at home. All right, so give me the Clippers yet again. I'll take the points for the home dog plus 2.5, and give me the under 217.5. I like the Clippers defense against the Dallas Mavericks that had them stymied in that first half, because pretty much the Dallas Mavericks, if the other two, if it's not Luka or Kyrie, they have huge issues. I get it, the acquisitions of Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington, those were helps, but they are still not being aggressive enough to score, and they're becoming a liability, and we saw it in game number 1. So we're going to go back to the well here with the Clippers, plus 2.5 in the under 217, all right? So those are going to be our selections for Tuesday, April 23rd. Let me know in that comment section down below if you agree, if you disagree. What are your selections for Tuesday? What are your player props? Do you think someone's going to hit a triple-double? Let me know in that comment section down below so we can definitely debate about that. And I'll be back with another video very soon, all right? Remember, guys, future bets, NFL draft, anything, all right? If you want premium picks, sign up for that Patreon link provided down below. Peace out.